YouTube, what's going on with y'all? It's Rue from Elite Line Sports. We back again with another video. As you guys seen from the title, I do have 3 same game parlays for you guys. Don't really like every other game, but just stay tuned and I'll give you guys exactly what the scoop is. Last couple of days we've been doing great, man. We've been hitting 6 out of 9 or at least over 50%, right? So today, let's see if we can make some bank for y'all, make some money. Let's go. Today is Sunday. Again, I'm Rue from Elite Live Sports, and let's get into this slate, you dig? Alright, moving on. We got the motherfucking... so I'm staying away from the Blazers and the Hawks. I don't know what's too much was going on with Jalen Johnson. Don't really want to put anything out there. It's like, literally, if you touch any Hawks, like Kuminga, it might be effective Jalen Johnson, or if Nikhil Alexander plays. I don't know too much about the Blazers. I'm just going to stay away from these games. Games first up, same game parlay I like is Magic and the Pistons. I think that's a marquee matchup. You got, I think the Magic are top 5, literally, in the Eastern Conference, and the Pistons are number 1. Pistons they've been playing some rough games lately. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if y'all been keeping up. But the first leg I like, now Paolo Banchero's points looks phenomenal. This is a pivot that I can say that you guys can honestly go to. But I like the PRA simply because he likes to rebound, he likes to assist. So it's just him getting points might be of an issue for you guys. But if the PRA is more of the safest plays ever, like to ever touch, like, and just take my word for it. It's like one of the safest legs y'all can ever touch. So Paolo Banchero's PRA simply looks good. Similar players are 40%. Don't let that deter y'all away, right? I'm about to show y'all something. Pistons are ranked number 4 out of 30 having a guard position. When you play, Paolo plays against top 5 teams that guard well at his position for his PRA. He is 66% of having to hit over 34.5. Very good. 66% is phenomenal. Now, when he's home, 100% 2 out of 2. This is probably one of my favorite plays. I haven't figured out which one is going to be my favorite plays, but I do like this. I'm going to say that these numbers look phenomenal. When he played against the Rockets, very good defense, number 2. He literally got 36, all right, PRA. When he played against the Raptors, they're number 3, he got 35. So they are number 4. I like Paolo Banchero to keep it going. Without Franz Wagner, he's going to be very key. So that's our first leg. Probably one of our favorite plays of the slate, so I might put that down. Next up, we got Desmond motherfucking Bane. Desmond Bane points look good as well. Past 21 games, he's been hitting over 66%. He's getting 3 over his typical line. Similar plays are 73%, 11 out of 15. 2 over the line. They get 2 over the line. So now, when Desmond Bane plays bottom 10 teams having the guard's position, he's 57%. Now, he is home. 66%. Sorry, even better. So literally, Desmond Bane having a score over 20.5 points looks phenomenal. All right, literally, I like it, and you guys should like it too. So, but however, they are 29 out of 30 having a guard, shooting guards like Desmond Bane. So when he plays against teams that's bottom 5 and having a guard his position, 60% of having a hit. Similar play looks good. Desmond Bane's 20.5 looks very good against the Pistons, and this is a top matchup that I do like. Next, we got Cade Cunningham. If you do think that Paolo Banchero and the Magic make it close, simply I'll tell you this right now, that Cade Cunningham is going to do his best to make sure that they don't lose at all. So the safest thing to touch is, for me, is Cade Cunningham's PRA. They're 20 out of 30 having a guard position. When he plays against bottom 10 teams that have a guard position, he's 70% of having to get over 42.5. All right. Now, he is away 60%. Looks phenomenal. I know the similar players things like looks a little scary. Don't even look at that. Pay attention to how the game strip's gonna go. If the Magic make it close and the Magic make it a game, and you got Paolo Banchero PRA, and you got Desmond Bane points, you gotta think Cade Cunningham. There's gotta be some pushback. So we're going with Cade Cunningham 42.5. I'm not gonna go Jalen Duren because I know he's been hot these past couple of 4 games, but I think a lot of people is gonna be putting money down on Jalen Duren. I get it. And the similar plays doesn't look too hot at all. So I'm just going to stay away from Duren. I'm not going to touch Duren. Another outlier. So that's 3 good, strong legs that I like you guys for the first same game parlay. However, this 4th one is a very controversial one. Now, I think personally that he gets this Tobias Harris over 13.5. Let me tell you why. Tobias Harris used to be on the Magic. He used to be the star of the Magic very long time ago, right? So now there's 7 out of 30 having the guard. Now, if you believe in narratives and in revenge games like I do, you got to think Tobias Harris literally gets that too, bro. There's 7 out of 30 having the guard position. I get it. It's a little scary. However, if they had played again, they played twice. And what has he done when he played against Orlando, his previous team? 23 points, 30 minutes. He's shot 8 for 13, 62%. Very good efficiency. I'm trying to tell you. Narratives really play a very strong thing into this. Now, he played against the Magic again. Now, he's never played in Orlando. I think that's going to be a different thing. So I think 13.5 is very easy to clear. He got 18 points when they was playing in Detroit. So now, let's just kind of see if we can do the little math here. It's 7 out of 30 when he plays against. He's 40%. Haven't hit his line over 13.5. When he's away, I get it, 1-7. But this is typically a home game for him. I like it. And when he plays home games, he's 62% when he plays against top 10 teams. He's been in Orlando before, so I think Tobias Harris is a sneaky little good fourth play that I think people's not really going to be playing like that. And the similar players looks good too. Like they get 1 over the line, 1 to 2 over the line, and 64% hit rate. It looks phenomenal. Similar players like LeBron James, Jaren Jackson Jr., Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett have all gotten to Pascal Siakam. So forwards here play a crucial part in having to play against the Magic, and I do think Tobias Harris is going to be very key. So I like that. So those are the 4 strong legs that I like in the first game. So with the Tobias Harris being an extra added leg, you can take away that leg if you guys want to, but I'm going to play it regardless. Next up, I'm not touching the Thunder and the Mavs. I get it. Shay's back. At the same time, the Mavs, it just doesn't scream that I want to touch this because this could be a potential blowout. And that's going to fuck up our stats just like it did like the last couple of legs we did. Literally yesterday, I'm not even going to lie to you, Luka Doncic was at 40 PRA. His PRA was at 48.5. No, 47.5, and he almost got it, but they smoked out the Warriors. Draymond Green's line was 19.5 for his PRA. He got 19 because of the blowout. So, like, blowouts matters, bro, with these legs, bro. So I'm just going to stay away from them, like, games that just looks like a blowout. So that's why I'm giving you guys 3 same-game parlays instead of just one leg per, like, one lock per game. So if we're moving on, I like to stay competitive 76ers and Celtics. It's not too many competitive games on here. I'm going to go Jaylen Brown points that I simply like because he has played against the 76ers 3 times, 25, 32, and 24, where they lost by 1, won by 1, and they lost by 2. So typically their games are close. I know that that's possibly with Embiid playing. Now with Embiid out, and literally Jaylen Brown has been, like, they lost by 19 against the Denver and stuff like that. So it's like they want to make sure that they're still in the winning column. So I think Jaylen Brown does try here, and they keep the game somewhat close. If you guys want, which is what I would do, teaser it down to like 25 points if you guys can. 20 points is very doable though. 28 points is very doable for me. However, so if you want to say he plays middle of the pack teams, he's 52%, having to hit over 27.5. When he's home, which is what they are, he's 50%. Similar players are a tad bit under 50%, but if you do think this game stay close, Jaylen Brown does get over 28 points. So I like Jaylen Brown. Next up, we got Nikola Vucevic. He just kind of found his footing against a very bad team in the Nets. They have very bad interior, but very good perimeter. So that being the case, Vucevic's kind of nuked, and I think he kind of gets right back into it again. I get it. So now there's no Embiid. However, the similar points looks very good. Similar points is 67%, 6 out of 9 hits, with the exception of getting 5 to 6 over the line, which is insane. Miles Turner, Evan Mobley, right? Chet Holmgren, Miles Turner again, Evan Mobley again. So I do think Vucevic kind of gets it going. Don't really pay attention too much about what the numbers are because he is on the new team. Let's say he's with Boston. When he plays against middle of the pack teams, no, let's just say bottom, right? So again, he's played against teams that's very bad inside the interior, which is what the Philly is. So I'm gonna say Vucevic. I like Vucevic. 11.5 points seems to be very doable. Next up, we got on the Philly side, we got Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey points over 26.5. It's still the same. Now, He has played against them before. He scored 40, 26, and 21, which makes sense. Again, if you guys could teach this, drop it down to 25 just to be safe. But when he plays against top 10 teams, just having to guard his position, and when he is, are they home or away? They are away. When they are away, he is 70% of having to hit over 26.5. Seems very doable, right? I like it. So Tyrese Maxey is going to have to make this competitive. There's no Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's been ruled out. So I like Tyrese Maxey to score over 26.5. Now let's say top 5 team, because they are ranked number 2 having a guard's position, 75%. Makes it even better. It makes it even easier for you guys to like. The only game he hasn't done it is when they lost by 37 when he played against the Hornets. So that being said, that kind of tells you simply where they're at. They're going to need Maxey to score. Maxey needs to put the ball in the hoop, and that's what Maxey's going to do. So another pivot here that you guys can go to is the threes as well. The threes was at 3.5. Now it's at 2.5. Makes it a lot easier. Celtics are 24 out of 30 having a guard position when Maxey plays that. Damn, 80%. 80% when he plays against bottom 10 teams that having a guard's position. Now, if he's away, 66%. So hitting over 3 3-pointers is a lot easier. Mind you, the threes before was over 3.5. Now it's 2.5. So I think this is a lot for you guys. I like this, honestly, as a lot. So I'm going to take that. So Maxey points or threes is perfectly fine. Next up, we got Quentin Grimes. I think Quentin Grimes, without Joel Embiid, he's going to step up. He scores over the past 21 games. Without Joel Embiid, he has scored 76% hit rate. Similar players, it's a tad bit under 50, which looks very promising when he's away and he plays against a team that's number 1 and having a guarded position. Look at this, man. Quentin Grimes scoring over 10.5 points without Joel Embiid. And if he's on the road, which is what the Sixers are, he's 100% of having to hit his lines. I actually like this shit a lot. I actually like this one. Even in blowouts, I lost by 25, lost by 37, won by 27. So even in blowouts, he's getting runs. So with that being said, this probably is one of the safest bets that I can honestly give you guys. The safest bets that probably boost your shit up OD, okay? So those are the 3 legs. Actually, it's 4 legs. So we got Vucevic over 12, Jaylen Brown over 27.5, Tyrese Maxey over 26.5, or Tyrese Maxey's threes over 2.5, and Quentin Grimes points over 10.5, which is 11. And last but not least, I'm not touching the Pelicans or the Clippers. Kawhi's back. The Pelicans lost Zion Williamson, and I'm pretty sure that DeJounte Murray is going to play, but I don't think it's enough. I don't think they're going to make it competitive, and I think it's going to be a whole bunch of unders. So if you guys want to touch those, you guys can. You know what I mean? I'm just going to stay away from that. I'm going to go to the Kings and the Lakers. They have played against before. Literally, both games when Luka played, they won by 24, then they lost by 12, which is surprising, right? So I think now with them, like Westbrook is from LA, DeMar DeRozan's from LA. They got roots here, so they're going to want to ball out for sure. So I like this game to be very competitive. Look for Luka to get his PRA. He kind of did so low yesterday because it was a blowout. They won by 28. But because they lost by 12, I think Luka's going to have to ball up and OD. When he plays against teams that's bottom 10 having the guard's position, he's 70%. He is home. So with that being said, 70% again. Similar players just about get it 50%, and they get about maybe none, or just like they just hit it, or they get one over the line. So I like Luka to keep it competitive over 49.5. Next up, we got DeMar DeRozan points. Seems very doable. He has played against his team before. He scored 21, 22, and 32, which is why he has ties. He's grew up a Lakers fan. He's spoken about this on podcasts all over, right? So, see, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Games where people are coming from, like narratives and revenge games, they're not going to show up on the stats, but they're going to show up, man. Like, if you really know the ball player. And plus, DeMar DeRozan is from USC. He went to college there. He went to college in Southern Cal. So that being said, I'm trying to tell you, they're in Los Angeles. So he got family there, man. So with that being said, I like DeMar DeRozan's points, right? He's already 100% having to play them, but let's just simply do the numbers here. When he plays against bottom 10 teams having a guard's position, he's 73% of having to hit. Now, when he's on the road, 80% of having to get over 15.5. I like it. That's a clean play. And we got Russell Westbrook, PRA. They had played against again before, 18, 13, 22. However, we're going with the PRA. He has gotten 30, 22, and 34. He used to play on the Lakers. I know you guys know about this. He's from California. He used to play at UCLA. So with that being said, he got ties here too. So he's going to ball hard. When he plays against teams that's bottom 10 and having to guard his position, he is literally 50% and 52%. When he plays on the road, 55% having to hit over 22.5. Similar players, just a tad bit under 50. Don't worry about that. And then last but not least, I'm going to go with Mr. LBJ himself, the king, LeBron James. Going to go with his points. Again, last similar players look great. They have hit 4 in a row. Jackson Jr., Tobias Harris, Scotty Barnes, and Tobias Harris again. When he plays against bottom 10 teams, having to guard his position, he is 64% of having to hit. And when he is home, he is 85% of having to hit that as well. However, one thing that you guys need to be wary of, he hasn't played with Reeves and Luka at home, playing against a bottom 10 team, which he has, but they won by 14. They didn't need LeBron James when they played the Jazz. Who needs anybody to play the Jazz, especially if your star player is like old as LeBron, right? If you guys are up by 14. So this might be a little bit competitive because they have lost to the Kings. They won one and they lost one, so I think they want to win one, especially with them being super close in the 6th seed. With the Suns in the 7th seed trying to hunt down a 6th seed, they do not want to be in the play-in. They want to actually have a roster spot, so a playoff spot. So I think look for LeBron James to kind of get it going and kind of kicking into playoff mode because playoffs are literally like 6 weeks away. So with that being said, those are the, let's just say that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 legs that I got for you guys. So that's 12 legs. Make sure you guys subscribe, show love, hit the likes button, man. That shit does help with the algorithm, and I'm just giving y'all some free plays. So favorite play of the night is Paolo Banchero, PRA, over 34.5. Another one that I'll probably see if I give y'all, I'm going to say, I like Tyrese Maxey's threes over 2.5. I had him as a pivot as over 3.5. Threes, 2.5 is just like, bro, that's 100%. I'm locking that in. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And with that further ado, I appreciate every single one of you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.